One of the most dangerous masks a covert narcissist can wear is fake generosity. You know exactly the type of person I'm talking about, the one who is willing to buy you your dream car, an expensive house, or a luxurious vacation. And in the eyes of the outside world, that makes them appear to be the perfect partner. Someone self-sacrificing, generous, admirable, but you, the one living inside that relationship, know the truth. Those gifts are not love. They are not kindness. They are not care. They are a muzzle, because with them, nothing they give is ever free. Every single thing, whether it is an extravagant trip or the smallest item, comes with a price that only you have to pay. And that price is your silence. They weaponize excessive generosity to manipulate the world into believing they are wonderful, stripping you of the right to complain, because they know and they exploit a very twisted social belief. How could someone so generous possibly be abusive? You cannot answer that question. You cannot prove your reality. And so, they build around you a golden prison sparkling on the outside for everyone to admire, but suffocating on the inside for you alone. That is the painful part, because inside that ribbon-wrapped box is not love. It is control. A soft but forceful warning disguised as kindness. I give you so much. Therefore, you are never allowed to say that I hurt you. And the moment you dare to speak up, they immediately cast you as the ungrateful one, the betrayer, the person who doesn't appreciate anything. And this is exactly why you must look deeper into the hidden meaning behind their gifts. Because sometimes, what destroys you is not what they take from you, but what they give you. In today's video, we're going to expose the 8 types of gifts narcissists use to manipulate and control you. Gifts that look beautiful on the outside, but conceal an entire machinery of psychological domination. The first gift: clothes they know will not fit you. Body shaming in disguise. And if you think control only appears in grand, dramatic gestures, wait until you see this first kind of gift, a small item that cuts deeper than anything you expect. This is the first gift. Clothes they know will not fit you. Body shaming, disguised as generosity. What makes it so disturbing is that none of it is accidental. This is not a sizing mistake, not a careless choice. It is a targeted psychological attack aimed at the most vulnerable parts of you, your body and your sense of worth. You open the box, and with just one glance you already know it will not fit. But you try it anyway, because you want to believe they wouldn't intentionally hurt you. When the zipper stops halfway, heat rises in your chest, shame floods in, doubt follows, and then you look up, catching that thin, fleeting glance enough to tell you, they knew. They knew from the beginning, and the knowledge brings them a quiet satisfaction. They want you to believe your body is a flaw. They want you to feel fat, ugly, unworthy. A person who dislikes themselves is far easier to keep. When you think you're not enough, you stay. And when you finally voice that it doesn't fit, they tilt their head and whisper, "Really? I thought you could squeeze into it." Soft tone, sharp blade. It makes you wonder, are they teasing or are they insulting you? That ambiguity is the trap. And if the gift is oversized, a shirt 3 sizes too big carries a different message but hurts the same. You're too small, too insignificant, not attractive enough to be noticed. Whether too small or too large, the message remains the same. There is something wrong with your body. But the most chilling part is that they don't need to say anything harsh. The gift speaks for them. It becomes a distorted mirror reflecting the worst possible version of yourself. And that shame, corrosive, heavy, intimate, shrinks you, makes you dependent, silences you. You become trapped between forced gratitude and internal humiliation. You smile as if nothing happened, even while another piece of your self-worth quietly breaks. This is how they win. No yelling, no insults, just one perfectly chosen gift that destabilizes your entire sense of self. And from that moment, you begin to see that their gifts were never truly for you. They were instruments of power, designed to make you smaller while making them feel larger. The second gift, devaluation. They spend lavishly on themselves but give you the cheapest thing. And just when you are still trying to understand how a gift can shrink your sense of self, the next type exposes the hierarchy they have always carried in their mind. This is the second gift, devaluation. They splurge on themselves but give you something cheap. What makes this gift cruel is not the object itself, but the blatant contrast between how they treat themselves and how they treat you. They spend thousands on watches, designer clothes, technology, and luxury hobbies. They bathe themselves in extravagance. But when your special day arrives, your birthday, an anniversary, a meaningful milestone, you receive something painfully insignificant, a rushed gas station card, a reused item, or an object so meaningless it nearly feels sarcastic. And it is that contrast, not the gift, that carries the message, I am the center. You are not worth investing in. It is their way of locking your position in the relationship, beneath them, below them, always less. Because in their mind, the relationship is a pyramid, and they must live at the top. The cheap gift you receive is a reminder that no matter what you do, you are never allowed to rise to their level. And when you dare to voice the unfairness, they immediately attack, flipping the script within seconds. You're greedy. You only care about money. It's the thought that counts. Thought? When the thought comes wrapped in humiliation, it is not care, it is domination. The truth is the opposite of what they claim. They are the real gold diggers, but not of money. They mine your emotions, your patience, your sacrifices, and most of all, your silence. They want you to feel small, inadequate, and unworthy of anything better. When they buy luxuries for themselves, it is not simply a purchase, it is a ritual of reinforcing their superiority. And when they give you something worthless, it is not forgetfulness. It is a deliberate act of placing you lower in their hierarchy. Psychologically, this gift is devastating. It makes you internalize the belief that you are not valuable. You begin to ask yourself, maybe I don't deserve better. Maybe this is my fault. Maybe I should be grateful for anything at all. And once you reach that point, they have already won. Because the aim of this gift is not to celebrate you, it is to cement your position in their world. Lower, smaller, and always lacking. The third gift, the performance gift, only given when there is an audience. And just when you think you have understood all the ways a gift can wound someone, another type appears. A type many survivors describe as the coldest blow. This is the third gift, the performance gift, only given when there is an audience. This gift is not for you. It is crafted for everyone else. They buy something grand, expensive, dazzling, a jewelry set you never asked for, a luxurious trip you cannot realistically take, or even something you explicitly said you did not want. But they never give it to you privately, not once. They wait for the exact moment the room is watching, wait for the attention to peak, wait until you cannot escape the spotlight. And in that precise second, they present the gift. The room erupts in admiration. People gush, how thoughtful, how amazing, you're so lucky. But you collapse inside. You know the gift has nothing to do with you, your wants, your boundaries, your truth. It is a prop, carefully chosen to elevate their image. And the worst part, you are forced to perform the role required for their show. You must smile. You must act touched. You must hug them and say thank you, even as your chest tightens. Because you also know this, the slightest hint of disappointment will be interpreted as disrespect. And once you get home, you will pay the price for that disrespect. This is not just manipulation, it is emotional blackmail in its purest form. They buy the crowd's worship with your silence and your forced compliance. They stand in the center of the room as a selfless hero, while you are recast as the ungrateful partner. You cease to be a person with real feelings, you become a prop in their performance. And what makes this form of abuse even more devastating is that no one believes your side of the story. Everyone saw you smile, everyone saw the hug, everyone heard the thank you, even if every part of you was screaming inside. You are trapped in a social prison, where every piece of evidence supports their narrative, not yours. Many survivors say this is the gift that hurts the most. Not because of the gift itself, not because of the event, but because they realize the world is applauding a performance built on their suffering. They realize that in the narcissist story, they were never a partner, only the backdrop that made the narcissist shine. And nothing feels lonelier than being forced to act happy while your heart is breaking. The fourth gift, a gift that looks nice but hides a burden. And if you think the worst gifts are the ones that embarrass you or force you to perform for a crowd, wait until you see the fourth type, the kind that looks generous but secretly weighs you down. This is the fourth gift, a gift that looks wonderful on the outside but is a heavy burden on the inside. It's the kind of gift that makes you smile when you receive it and leaves you exhausted once you have to deal with it. To outsiders, it looks loving, but to you, it becomes another source of stress. Picture them giving you a puppy. Everyone says, "How sweet, how thoughtful," but only you experience the sleepless nights, the vet bills, the training, the constant responsibility, all while they do nothing to help. Or imagine they give you a luxury car. People admire it. But who signs the loan? Who pays the expensive insurance? Who handles the maintenance? You do. Meanwhile, they get praised as the generous partner who takes care of you. The cruel part is that the gift itself isn't the real goal. The real goal is your exhaustion. Once you're buried under new responsibilities, once your energy is drained by the weight of the gift, you don't have the strength to question the relationship or to fight back. This is a tactic. Keep you busy, keep you tired, keep you overwhelmed, so you won't have space to think or leave. These gifts are not gestures of love. They are soft chains tying you down with obligations you never asked for. And because they look nice on the surface, nobody questions them, except you, the one who has to live with the burden. Gift number 5. The boomerang gift. A gift that returns to them. Just when you think the worst gifts are the ones that drain you or embarrass you, you'll meet the fifth type, a form of manipulation that is blatant yet nearly impossible to confront without being blamed. This is gift number 5, the gift they buy for themselves but disguise as a present for you. It usually happens on special occasions, your birthday, your anniversary, moments when a healthy partner would think about what you like. But to a narcissist, these occasions are simply opportunities to indulge their own desires. You don't play video games, yet you receive a PlayStation 5. You hate rock music, yet you're gifted tickets to their favorite band. You don't cook, yet you're given a $1,000 kitchen gadget only they know how to use. This is not a gift. It is a declaration. My desires matter more than your existence. Well, in resos. And the pain doesn't come from the object itself, but from the moment you're forced to smile, forced to say thank you, forced to pretend joy just to avoid conflict. The gift erases you completely. There is no trace of you in it, no preference, no thoughtfulness, no understanding, only them. They get the dopamine from buying the toy, and they get the benefit of using it. You get the obligation to show gratitude. And when you don't use the gift, because of course it has nothing to do with you, the attacks begin. I bought something so expensive for you and you don't even use it, and I'm the bad one? It is a trap where you lose either way. Use the gift, and you feel uncomfortable. Don't use it, and you're guilt-tripped. That is the purpose of the boomerang gift, to make you feel invisible, unimportant, and permanently indebted. It slowly conditions you to believe that your needs don't matter, that your only role is to accommodate their ego, and once you internalize that belief, they no longer need to exert control. You shrink yourself to fit inside the box they built. Gift number 6, devaluation disguised as generosity, when they spoil themselves but give you scraps. There are gifts that do not hurt you immediately, but leave a quiet bruise that stays for a long time because they carry a message. In this relationship, I matter more than you. Is englied inset to insetentes. This is what gift number 6 is about, a gift that exposes the place they put you in. The pattern is always the same. They spend lavishly on themselves, luxury watches, designer clothes, expensive hobbies, the newest tech. They treat themselves as someone fully deserving, but when it's your day, your birthday, anniversary, or any special moment, what you receive is painfully cheap. A rushed gas station card, a reused item, something random they grabbed without thought. And they still expect you to be grateful. The pain is not the price. It's the contrast. It's the realization that they don't see you as someone worth investing in, that in this relationship only one person's needs matter, and it's never you. And if you dare to express hurt, they immediately attack. You're greedy. You only care about money. You're ungrateful. Just like that, they make you feel guilty for wanting basic respect, while they take and take from you your patience, your emotional labor, your silence. This type of gift exists to remind you, you are below them, and you must stay there. Over time, it makes you question your worth. Maybe I really don't deserve better. And once that belief takes root, they don't need to control you anymore, you shrink yourself. That is the darkest manipulation of all. Not by shouting, not by threats, but by quietly convincing you that you are not worth much. Gift number 7, the you're not good enough gift. A humiliation wrapped in pretty paper. There is a type of gift people often overlook, yet it is one of the deepest psychological wounds. It's not flashy, it's not extravagant, it doesn't shock you at first glance, but it quietly dismantles your self-esteem in the most subtle way. This is gift number 7, and it is often the earliest warning sign of a toxic relationship. It seems harmless at first. You open a box, and inside is anti-aging cream, or a digital scale, or a book about fixing your attitude or managing your emotions, or a gym membership you never asked for. To the outside world, it looks like thoughtful care, but you, the person holding the gift, feel a sting that no one else can see, because the real message underneath is painfully clear. You're not good enough. Your body is wrong. Your behavior is wrong. Something is wrong with you. This is not care. This is judgment disguised as kindness. And the cruelest part? You can't even react. If you show hurt, they immediately flip the script. I'm trying to help you. Why are you so sensitive? This is for your health. Why are you overreacting? Suddenly, you doubt yourself. You wonder if you're misreading the situation. You start believing maybe something really is wrong with me. This is plausible deniability, the narcissist's invisible knife. They stab your confidence, but the wound is hidden, and they stand there acting innocent. And once you can't point to the cut, they will convince you that your pain is imaginary. Then comes the most dangerous part. You start working on fixing yourself, losing weight, changing your appearance, adjusting your personality, controlling your emotions, all to meet a standard they created but never defined. And them? They remain unchanged, untouched, unquestioned. Because in their narrative, you are the problem and they are the savior. This gift is not harmless. It is a cold declaration. I have the right to fix you. I am right. You are wrong. And from that moment on, you begin to fall into a spiral of self-blame, a spiral that keeps you too exhausted to notice who the true source of the damage really is. Gift number 8. The promised gift, the present that never actually exists. There is a type of narcissistic gift that comes with no box, no ribbon, no receipt. Yet, it is the one that hurts the most, keeps victims waiting the longest, and manipulates them the deepest. I call it the promised gift, a gift made of words, not actions. It begins with a few sentences that sound incredibly sweet. I promise I'll change. I'll take you on a trip. I'll buy us a house. I'll propose. Just give me a little more time. You never receive the gift. You only receive the idea of the gift. And somehow, that idea alone is enough to keep you staying. Narcissists understand something most people overlook. Hope is the strongest addictive substance in any toxic relationship. No action required. No evidence required. All they need is to plant a promise. And you, the one who loved with your whole heart, cling to that promise as proof that they still care, that the future will be better, that you just have to endure a little longer, and everything will finally change. But month after month, year after year, the gift never arrives. What arrives instead is disappointment, exhaustion, emotional fog, and most painfully, the slow erosion of yourself. The promised gift is an illusion of change. It makes you believe in the better version of them, a version that exists only in their words. While you wait patiently, they enjoy the present, a present where you're more compliant, more forgiving, more hesitant to leave, and above all, still there. And when you finally ask, "When will you fulfill your promise?" they immediately counter, "I never said the exact date. I'm really busy. You need to understand. You don't trust me anymore." They weaponize the promise into emotional blackmail. If you're hurt, you're labeled ungrateful. If you're upset, you're called unreasonable. If you're ready to walk away, they throw out a new set of promises, and you fall right back into the same loop. Gift number 8 is addictive because you don't possess it. It possesses you. And that is why it is one of the most ruthless tactics narcissists use to keep victims bound to them without ever giving a single tangible thing. When you look back at the 8 types of gifts we've just uncovered, you will start to see a truth that can no longer be denied. A narcissist has never truly given you a gift. They only hand you tools of control wrapped in ribbons, wrapped in promises, wrapped in performative gratitude. Every gift they offer has the same purpose: to bend your emotions, blur your boundaries, and make you forget your own worth. And this is the moment you must face a cold but liberating truth. Any gift that makes you feel smaller, doubtful, or afraid is not a gift, it's a warning. If you are still in a relationship with a narcissist, understand this: you cannot win against them, you cannot prove your pain, and you cannot change them. The only thing you can do is stop playing their game, stop explaining, stop trying to be good enough, stop waiting for promises to come true, and stop mistaking gifts for signs of love. When you finally see the true nature of their gifts, you also see the true nature of the relationship, and that is the first step toward breaking free. If you are preparing to leave, remember that a narcissist will use gifts, real or promised, to pull you back. They suddenly become kind, suddenly attentive, suddenly eager to change. But that is not awakening. That is self-preservation. Do not let last-minute gifts shake your resolve. A genuine person doesn't wait until you're halfway out the door to treat you well. Stay firm, stay clear, stay strategic. If you have already left, know this: you did not run away. You were released. Do not blame yourself for staying too long. Narcissists are masterful at creating illusions, especially the illusion of hope. You are not weak or foolish. You are someone who survived a form of psychological manipulation that many never recognize. Now, you have the right to rebuild your boundaries. Listen to your intuition, give yourself time to heal, and stop romanticizing the scraps they once threw at you. And above all, remember this: a narcissist does not destroy you by what they take, they destroy you by what they pretend to give. When you see that clearly, you reclaim your power. When you walk away, you reclaim your life. And when you heal, you reclaim yourself. If these 8 gifts made you recognize something familiar, don't ignore it. Sometimes, what saves you isn't the gift, it's realizing who the giver truly is. They know their cruelty toward the vulnerable is a direct blow to your empathy. And the more it distresses you, the more they escalate. Because the true target is not the waiter, it is you. By weaponizing a powerless third party, they ruin the meal, destroy the atmosphere, and turn what should have been a pleasant evening into an emotional gauntlet. Their hidden message is unmistakable. Even in the most comforting places, my dominance is the only thing being served. The restaurant stops being a place of warmth, connection, or romance. It becomes a laboratory for indirect cruelty, a space where your compassion is used against you, where your kindness becomes the very tool they exploit to exhaust you. By the time you leave, the meal has long lost its flavor. You feel drained, hollow, as if you survived a quiet battle no one else noticed. And that is precisely the outcome they wanted. Looking back at all 7 locations, the grocery aisle, the bedroom, the hospital, the checkout counter, the airport gate, the important event, and the restaurant, a chilling truth becomes clear. None of them were random. They all share a deeper pattern. They are places where you should be safe, where you are simply being human, eating, shopping, traveling, connecting, celebrating. But those are exactly the environments a narcissist exploits to expand their power, because they understand that in spaces where you are naturally more vulnerable, they only need one well-timed strike to plant fear that lasts for years. They are not just ruining a night, a trip, an event, or a moment of intimacy. They are conditioning your mind. Little by little, they teach you to associate intimacy with shame, travel with abandonment, shopping with guilt, celebrations with anxiety, dining out with second-hand embarrassment, your basic needs with the threat of being punished. Over time, these associations crystallize into symptoms you may not understand: fear of crowded places, hesitation when making decisions, avoidance of intimacy, or the constant belief that you are doing something wrong. These reactions do not mean you are weak. They do not mean you are overly sensitive. They mean your brain has been conditioned in an abusive environment, and the truth must be named clearly. This is not anger issues, not poor communication, not bad days. This is systematic cruelty. They know exactly what they are doing. They know exactly how much it hurts. And they continue because it gives them what they crave most: power. So what does this mean for you? It means the shame you carry was never yours. It means you do not owe them endurance, explanations, or self-sacrifice. It means you have the right to reclaim the places they contaminated: the grocery store, the bedroom, the airport, the restaurant, and make them yours again. Most of all, it means this: you survived what others can barely imagine, and that makes you stronger, not broken. If you're still here with me, I want you to know your healing has already begun, simply by understanding the patterns that once trapped you. Thank you for watching until the end. Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to feel less alone. And until the next video, let the healing begin.